I don't know who you are, but if you come here for a finished picture, I don't have one. What I do have are a particular set of skills that I've acquired over a very long career. If you leave now, I will not pursue you, but if you don't, I will teach you, and I will entertain you. Now with that, let's go ahead and get started. I have a nice background here, 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. The size really doesn't matter. But since this is a space picture, we have to make it black. So grab your paint bucket and make sure that your color is set to black. Then go right up into the screen and click. There we go. Now we're going to add some stars. So we're going to go over to Filter, down to Noise, add Noise, and we'll give it a nice high number, 56, 58, somewhere in there I think will do. Make sure, of course, that it is set to Gaussian and that monochromatic is clicked, and then hit OK. Now we're going to go back to Filter. We're going to go down to Blur, and then down to Gaussian Blur. And this will be a small number, maybe around 0.4, 0.5. Click OK. Then click Command L, and that'll bring up your levels page. And then just play around with the sliders. I'm going to move this one down. Then we're going to move this one up just a little bit. Then this one. Oh, that looks good. Alright, we'll go with that. And right here you have your basic starry background. It looks pretty by itself, but let's add a planet. So I grabbed this right off of Google, just typed in planet texture and found one I liked. And we're going to go to our selection tool, make sure it is set to ellipse, and then holding down shift, we're going to drag it right across the image, and that'll give us a perfect circle for our planet. Yeah, that'll look good. Now hit Command C to copy it. Go ahead and hit the eyeball to turn it off. Hit Command D and then Command V, and it will paste your planet on a new layer. Now I'm going to rotate this just a little bit. You don't have to, it's whatever you want. This is your world after all. I like that, I think. Alright, now hit Command and click on the planet image. Then we're going to go up to Filter, down to Distort, and then Spherize. Make sure it is at 100% and click OK. And that'll give it a more three-dimensional look. Alright, so now we have our planet. We're going to make a new layer, and we're going to name this layer Shadows. And it's good to get in the habit of naming your layers, so I'm going to name this one Planet real quick. There we go. Now for Shadows, while you still have the planet selected, we're going to go up to Select, down to Modify, and then over to Feather. Now I want to make this about, we'll say 40. That'll work. And then we're going to go back to the paint bucket, still with the color black, of course. Go right over here, give it a click. Now we got this nice, smooth shadow look, but we got to move it. So grab your move tool and just pull it over to wherever you want it. You can stretch it out, you can make it wider, smaller, whatever you like. Whatever interests you at that moment. I like it right here. Yeah, maybe a little more. Ah, that looks pretty good. I like that, so we'll hit enter. Now, going to click on our planet again, and we're going to hit Command J, make sure that it's still on that shadow layer. Then you're going to get another shadow copied, and turn off the original, and now as you can see it's around the planet without bleeding off the edge of the planet at all. And you can try and move it around, stretch it out, it really doesn't matter, because we're going to darken that in a little bit. But you get the idea, so that looks much more planet-like. So now we're going to go down to our planet layer. And down in the effects, let's see, we are going to start with Inner Glow. Now, I want to make this a nice blue colored atmosphere, so Make the inner glow a nice light blue, something like that. We'll play around with the slides. Turn the opacity up a little bit. Make the size bigger. Now it doesn't look like it does a lot, but it'll make this look much more realistic in just a little bit. We're also going to give this an outer glow. Now I'm going to make this a blue as well, but darker since it is on the outside technically. And we'll play around with the slides a little bit. Got a bit bigger. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I like that. So you can see that gives it a very nice atmosphere. Now this planet's looking pretty good, but I want to make it look even better. So we're going to make a new layer. I'm going to pull that down underneath our planet layer. Now hit the shift key, or hold down the shift key rather, and click the planet layer so they're both selected. And then right click and go all the way down to merge layers. And this way we can grab our burn tool. I'm going to make sure it's on highlights, and we'll make sure the brush is a good size. We can make this edge nice and dark. And you start with highlights because that'll make the blue edge get darker a little quicker than the other two. However, once you get it down to nice and dark, I'm going to change highlights up to shadows. Now really seal the deal. Yeah, nice and dark. Heck, we don't even want to really see it, do we? It's nighttime, of course not. And give that a few clicks and a couple runovers, and pretty soon you get a nice effect like that. Alright, we're going to do one more thing. I'm going to make a new layer, and we'll name this layer Sun. Now we're going to grab our paint bucket again, make sure it's set to black, and dump it in. Now we're going to go up to Filter, down to Render, there it is, come on, and down to Lens Flare. Now we can choose from the ones we got. I think I'm going to go with this one. Make it a little brighter. We'll move it down into the corner more. Right about there. Click OK. Now we have our sun. Now it looks good except for the fact that it's all black. But what we are going to do is go to Normal and go down to Linear Dodge Add. And boom, the black is gone. Now we can see a beautiful red sun. Or if you want to change the color, I'm going to hit Command U and play around with the hue slide, like so, just to make it whatever color you want. Click OK. And there you have it. Now we got a pretty planet, and a pretty little sun, and a beautiful, easy wallpaper that'll mesmerize anybody that looks at it. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you did, and I'll see you next time.